There we go. Look at our seniors. Good morning, seniors. Okay, get some pictures of this. I'll give a couple more minutes to see if we're going to get a few more participants, and then we'll get going. We apologize that we're a little bit delayed. We went over a little bit in the last presentation. We'll get started momentarily. All right, let's get going. Good morning again. I am Mr. Mitchell, Associate Principal for 9th grade and District Director for AVID at the Ithaca High School. Welcome back for day 2 of the student orientation, virtual orientation session. This morning, we have some guests that will present information to you, to give you some updates. Again, we encourage everyone to check your email regularly so that you can stay on top of communications that are coming out from the admin team and your teachers. With that said, I'm going to offer the microphone to Anna Westwig, the editor-in-chief of the Toddler magazine. Anna, are you with us?
Yes, I'm
All
here.
right, here we go.
Okay, so I'm Anna, editor-in-chief of the Toddler, and I'm here to talk to you about why you should write for the Toddler. And if you're seniors and you haven't written for the past 3 years, well, here's why you should reconsider. So you have a lot of options for creative exposure. If you've ever created something that you're proud of and want to share with the school community, like a piece of writing, a piece of art, a playlist you've compiled, anything that you want to share, we'll take it, and it's just a really good way to get your stuff out there into the school community and the broader Ithaca community. It's also a really good way to improve your writing. We have a system where more experienced editors work with newer writers to help shape a piece that they're proud of, they can get out in the world. And because it's not graded, it's a sense of satisfaction to have made something that is good for its own worth and it's out there. And it reaches beyond high school. Some of our old writers now write for The Guardian and other publications that are pretty well known. People also write for the Toddler because they want to inform the school community about stuff that they have done or that other people have done. We are the only pub that oversees everything. You know, we report on Code Red and Brain Team, BioBuilders, and sports teams, and all of those clubs, we oversee it all. And we do it on a monthly basis. So you get to know what your fellow students are doing, it builds community, and we can be proud of each other. If you've ever, as an individual or as a group, done something that's newsworthy and want to see it printed and shared and celebrated, you know, come to the writers' meeting, tell us what we should be reporting on or what you want to report on. People also write for the Toddler to be informed. Because we have these writers' meetings, there's a list of article ideas that everyone shares, and you can choose one that you don't know much about, and you can research that and just be a more engaged and better member of the community. And then, most importantly, people write for the Toddler because they want to affect change in the school community. A lot of people read the Toddler, and it influences them. Dr. Brown reads the Toddler, Mr. Trumbull reads the Toddler, the school board reads the Toddler. Because it is spread around town and it's professionally printed, it's the single best conduit you have for your opinion. And when you tell people stuff to change with reasons for it, they'll probably listen. You know, we're students and we have a voice on what happens to us. And already our editorials have influenced policy decisions within the district. If there's something in the school that you want to change or comment on, big or small, write for our opinion section. So if any of that has struck a chord with you, come to our writers' meeting, which is today at 3:45 p.m. There is a link both on our website, ihstoddler.com, and in your school email inbox. If you have any questions at all, email me at editor@ihstoddler.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Next, we have Samantha Little, our Director of Athletics for the Ithaca City School District.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell, and good morning, everyone. I was listening to Anna speak, and I was like trying to hold back the tears. I'm pretty emotional. Mr. Mitchell, can you go back to that first slide, please? The fact that many of us have been with you since, some of you I've been with since elementary, but now that you're seniors, I just feel super grateful to have watched your development and your growth and your perseverance. and your resilience. And for those of you that are new to our district or our community, welcome, and I look forward to getting to know you. My mantra for you all is senior class of 2021, let's get it done. And I say that because you all have been super prepared for whatever is going to come your way. You've experienced a lot of change, and you've learned early the only constant is change. So I just want to remind you to be thankful. As many of you experienced March 13th, who would have ever thought we would have been shut down and there would have been no spring season. So always remember to be grateful and thankful, because no one's promised tomorrow and anything can happen. Some of you, Miss Valletta did an amazing job with this banner last year, and I didn't realize the importance of it until now, because of the fact of some changes that we've experienced, but some of you are reflected in this banner. So we want to continue our storied tradition of excellence in the classroom and success in athletics. And a lot of that is due to your administration, your teachers, and the staff that you've experienced throughout the Ithaca City School District, especially here at the high school. They have been working tirelessly to provide you all with the best experience possible for this year, whether it's in person or virtual. And please remember to say thank you to your teachers and staff. They have worked under extreme difficult conditions with new initiatives that are going to be great for all of us, but they've had to learn it really quickly, and you all as well, with Canvas and block scheduling. So please say thank you. Kindness goes a long way. I guess I want to move to the next slide now. Thank you. So because we aren't starting until January 4th with our scholastic season, we're looking at putting some supports in place starting October 5th. Ms. Valletta has been working with Cornell, a leadership group, and we'll have more information to share with you. There is this how to survive high school and whatever comes next. And I want to thank Armin for sharing that with the staff. When I saw it, I thought it was really applicable to what you all are going through. It's a senior in Chicago. So when you get a chance, click on that link. Podcast it is. So these are our seasons. What we have known to be traditional or our normal might be different this year. We're looking at starting winter sports January 4th, fall sports, and then spring. And if we look at the next slide, Mr. Mitchell, we might be playing sports that we've played in the fall, in the spring. NISFA, which is the New York State Public High School Association, and our STAT conference, they're working to do everything they possibly can to ensure no student has to miss a season like, that happened in March. I also want to say, regardless if you participate in sports or you're interested, please know that our department is a safe space for you, virtually or in person. We're located in Q, so if you come back October 5th, please stop by. If you're not going to be around, this next slide will show you how to get in touch with myself and other people who work in the department. And as Anna mentioned, you don't necessarily have to participate by playing on the field or being on a team, but there are ways to be involved with athletics, whether it's reporting or taking stats or finding other ways to get involved. Let us know. We want to hear from you. A lot of times as adults, we don't, our ideas are outdated. You all are fresh and new and hip, and you can share with us things we need to be thinking about. Miss Valletta, if you don't know her, which I'm sure you do, she rocks the house. Reach out to her, especially those that are thinking about playing at the collegiate level. You want to make sure you're enrolled in the proper courses and you have what you need in terms of registering with NCAA, clearinghouse, and all of that. Ainsley is returning as our trainer, and Harry is our strength and conditioning coach. He's been doing some virtual workouts. We'll continue with those. Check us out at Athletics ICSD and at Ithaca High School Athletics for our Twitter and Instagram. And I just want to leave you with, you're going to change the world by your example, not by your opinions. Opinions are a dime a dozen, but your actions speak to who you are. So please remember that even when you think nobody's watching, they're watching. So always do and be your best. And we are IHS, so let's go class of 2021. Woo, woo.
Right, thank you, Mrs. Little. Next, we have Daphne Shalulu, our Director of Fine and Performing Arts for the Ithaca City School District.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's really lovely to see all your faces. Congratulations on becoming seniors, and I'm excited to support you this year. There have been obstacles for performing arts, you know, as my advice to you is to never let an obstacle stop you from pursuing your passion, that you need to pursue your passion. And your love for things, and we look forward to being able to help support you if that's through the arts. We have music, we have theater, we have arts, visual arts, and all of those will be available to you, continue to be available to you either through a virtual setting or blended setting, or both. Our music and arts program and our theater program is a social program. That's why I included these pictures in these slides, because it really, I think these pictures capture what we are as a community together. We look forward to continue to do that with you. Even in a virtual setting, we can accomplish it. So if you are interested in continuing on with art and music and theater, these are all the teachers that you can connect with to get involved. It means then that you could also, if you wanted to pick up something new this year, it's absolutely possible for you to do that still. And you can reach out to the teachers that are listed here to find out more about what courses we have and also what clubs or extracurricular activities that we have. We are going to continue to pursue our theater program this year and also our clubs. Here are a few that are in the queue that are going to be happening right now as we start. The a cappella club with Miss Sariski, the IHS pep band with Miss Zowell, tech club with Mr. Brookhouse, the IHS drama with Lorraine Tino, and the IHS musical with Miss Devrin. All of these are happening and are in the works. Keep your eye out for auditions for the fall play, which will be virtual, and information about the musical. They'll be, Miss Tino and Miss Devrin are going to be creating a video that will be going out to you soon about all of those things. So we look forward for you to continue to participate in all of these events this year, and either virtually or blended. And then finally, if you have never come to Culp Auditorium, you've got to get yourself over here and say hi and introduce yourself to me. I'm in right in the front lobby where the glass windows are. Reese Knoble is our fine arts secretary, and then also Mr. Brookhouse is in the back by the dance studio. So we hope that we'll see you in some capacity this year.
Thank you, Mrs. Shilulu. I'm going to reintroduce you to your deans. I'm not sure which of them are on with us, but your dean for 12th grade, Karen Jordan, seniors, last names ending I through P. Jim Scarpula, seniors, last names ending A through H. And Jocelyn Blizzard, seniors, last names ending Q through Z. Do we have any of the deans on?
This is Mr. Scarpula. I'm on.
Okay, great. Mr. Scarpula, if you want to share a few words with the seniors.
Sure. Welcome, seniors. I'm starting my 37th year at Ithaca High School. So I've had the privilege of watching 36 classes graduate and walk the stage. That's more than 12,000 students. I just want to say that you're becoming young adults, and the students I've seen walk across the stage have chosen to be successful. There's a small number that have not walked. They have chosen not to be successful. That being said, there are some people in your class that have many more obstacles than others towards becoming successful. I would ask you, if you're experiencing anything that's keeping you from being successful, or you think that's an obstacle to being successful, please reach out to me. We know nationally that there's a lot of mental health issues among adolescents. If you have not experienced depression or anxiety yourself, I'm sure you know someone who has. I am a person who could help to get you help with any of those kinds of issues. So whether your name begins with A or H or I or Z, don't think because I'm just A through H that you can't approach me. So I would encourage you to do so, and I wish you the best in your senior year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scarpula. Dean Jordan, are you available?
Good morning, seniors. I miss you all so much. I can't wait to see some of your faces on October 5th. And those of you who have opted for distance learning, I'm here. I love you. I want to support you. Please email with any questions or anything that you need support with. If you're not certain what my email address is, you can go to the main page of the high school website and find my name, click on my name, and my email address will pop up. Please reach out, even if it's just to say hi and to let me know how you are. I really do miss you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you're seniors. And I'm here. I echo what Mr. Scarpula just said. Please know that all three of the deans are here to love you and support you and give you guidance throughout this final year. Take care.
Thank you, Dean Jordan. Dean Blizzard, are you available?
I sure am. Hello, seniors. It's so great to see all your faces on here, or most of your faces or your name. I'm Jocelyn Blizzard. I am your dean if your last name's Q through Z. So that means that I'm going to be your supporter and encourager throughout your entire senior year to make sure that everything you need and everything you need to get through this year, I'm really looking forward to it. This is a really exciting year for you guys. And yes, it is strange, but it's going to be good. And I am really excited to support you. Reach out with anything that I can do to help.
Thank you, Dean Blizzard. Mr. Fee, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. You have
Congratulations, seniors, on accomplishing getting into this last year. It's going to be a great experience for you. As you know, I work very closely with the deans, associate principals, and as well as with the guidance counselors, but mainly with Mr. Trumbo. We're looking forward to you completing your experience here at IHS. And in spite of the challenges, we know that you can make it through. My information is available there on the screen. My purpose is to make sure that you stay engaged and focused on completing your mission. So thank you for being who you are, and we'll get through this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fee. And on that note, we are going to close out with some wise words and a mission from our new Associate Principal for Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Jackie Richardson.
Hello, hello, senior class of 2021. So excited for you that you are ending and coming to the end of your high school career here at Ithaca High School. So proud of you. And here, as many of my colleagues have said, are here to support you and guide you along your last leg of the journey. I want to take this time to talk to you about anti-racism at Ithaca High School. But before I get into that, I just want to give a shout out to all of the extracurricular activities that we have at Ithaca High School. They're a wonderful way to create community, to create a sense of belonging here, and to try something new. I also want to give a shout out to Yearbook Club, because your book, as well as Ms. Reitenbach, allowed me to put some beautiful images, really highlighting the magnificence of all of the beautiful faces at Ithaca High School that make up our community, our family here. And these images I wanted included into this slideshow because it's intentional to show all of the people that make up our community, and to remind us that we are individuals, but that we're also part of a community, part of a family. We are red and gold strong, y'all. We are red and gold strong. All right, so I first want to say that your voice matters, and your life experience, who you are, matter in all that you do. And I want you to also remember that no one person is superior to another, and most certainly is not inferior to another. And as a school community, we want each and every single one of our students to feel not just included, not only included, but to know that they belong here. And there are systems in place and practices that have existed for a very long time. And they've made it very difficult for people of color to feel safe, welcomed, and heard. The way we use language, the way we schedule our courses, the way we grade, take attendance, what we teach, how we interact, who we talk to. All of those things have been supported by systemic racism. And as a school, and as a community, as a school district, we will continue to work hard towards changing the way that we interact and the way that we do school. And I ask you to help, to support by sharing your experience, listening deeply, and having a willingness to be uncomfortable in conversations that need to happen. Conversations about race, conversations about how we see and how we treat other people. Young people across Ithaca, here, across the nation, across countries, globally, have come together. See, young folk often have their hands on the pulse. They get it. You get it. You understand the importance of solidarity and for speaking up and being comfortable with challenging inappropriate and discriminatory speak, statements, comments, actions. And if you've not begun yet to challenge those things, I'm encouraging you to be willing to have an uncomfortable conversation and to begin to reflect and really think about where do these perceptions that we have of other people come from? Why do they continue to exist? Why do we hold this belief over this belief? Where does bias come from? And I ask you to challenge your thinking. And one way to do that is through a willingness to hear other people and to hear people of color speak on their experiences and to share in conversation. And again, I cannot emphasize enough, a willingness to be comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. We all have to get to that place, every single one of us. I'm gonna share a little bit from an author who's done a lot of writing on anti-racism and defining what that means and why it's so important to have language that is clear, because it helps us to understand, to break down, and to begin to have those uncomfortable conversations. He says, definitions anchor us in principles. This is not a light point. If we don't do the basic work of defining the kind of people we want to be in language that is stable and consistent, then we can't work towards stable, consistent goals. He says to be an anti-racist is to set lucid definitions of racism, anti-racism, racist, anti-racist policies, racist, anti-racist ideas, and racist, anti-racist people. To be a racist is to constantly redefine racist in a way that exonerates one's changing policies, ideas, and personhood. So let's set some definitions. What is racism? Racism is a marriage of racist policies and racist ideas that produces and normalizes racial inequities. All right, so what are racist policies and ideas? Well, we have to define them. Racial inequity is when two or more racial groups are not standing on approximately equal footing. Racial equity is when two or more racial groups are standing on a relatively equal footing. And a racist policy is any measure that produces or sustains racial inequity between racial groups. An anti-racist policy is any measure that produces or sustains racial equity between racial groups. And by policy, he says, I mean written and unwritten laws, rules, procedures, processes, regulations, and guidelines that govern people. There is no such thing as a non-racist or race-neutral policy. Every policy, in every institution, in every community, in every nation, is producing or sustaining either racial inequity or equity between racial groups. Now, you may have heard racist policies described by other terms: institutional racism, structural racism, systemic racism. And he says that those are vague terms, are more vaguer than racist policy. So we have to understand that racist policy is more tangible and exacting and more immediately understood by people. And it's that we want to challenge here. We want to get at the racist policies that have continued, that continue to do harm, and we have to work on undoing the harm together, which means that we have to listen, hear each other with an open heart, an open mind, be patient with people, and be impatient with policies. We need to hear your voice. We welcome you. We want you to know that our staff, our teachers, and students who worked through the summer have worked so hard to begin unpacking and undoing much of what needs to be done. And I encourage each and every single one of you to heed the call, to hear it, to join us in this conversation that can change at your senior level. Your senior year can make change, lasting change, not just here at Ithaca High School, but across our district, across our community. Each and every single one of you has thoughts about this. And I encourage you to no longer be silent when you see something that just ain't right. And I encourage you, and I also want you to know that we are here. So you speak to the adults, you let us know what you're thinking, and you share your voice. We are here for you, and each and every single one of you is part of this Ithaca High School family. And I've had many graduates who I will still see, and I know that each and every single adult on this call right now knows when we see you out in the community after you've graduated, you are still, we consider you one of ours. That's family, y'all. That's what family is. And you are part of that family, even if you don't want to be. You're part of this family. And we want to make your last year, and last year was rough, but we want to make this year an amazing one for you. We love you. And we do this work not just for ourselves, but we do it for you and your future. Thank you, folks. Be well. See you soon.
Take care.